The brain. It's really powerful. And the best part about it is that, is that even your average Joe has it. But one thing he might not be doing is asking a really, really big question of how powerful is the brain. My name is Vinícius Rodrigues, and today we will be answering that question. First, I'll let you guys in a, no, oh God. And the short answer, a lot. Well, let's get you guys into a little story. Imagine a little boy who wants to learn English. Well, some people might say to take English classes or bilingual classes. But this little boy doesn't want to do it. He does different. He instead watches Minecraft videos. And by fixing on his brain the information of the names of those blocks, he can remember and learn from what he sees. And the best part about this story, you don't even have to imagine. Because that little boy was me, or still is me. That same English I'm using for this presentation and this TED is the one I learned from watching YouTube. Now, let's bust some myths. The first one is really big, and it says you only use 10% of your brain power. That's false. Your brain is constantly working, even while you're asleep. And for that all to work, you need to use 100% of your brain power. So, myth busted. Second, a lot of people say you can be left brain or right brained, and that affects how you think. Left brain people are more creative, while right brain people are more logical. That's also false. You can be left brain or right brained, but that does not affect the way you think. Yes, it can affect your body in other ways, but not like this. Lastly, on myths, I like to talk about the IQ test. It's a way scientists created to measure your brain power. But here's the thing. The test can be faulty. Here is Lady Gaga with an IQ of 166, and this is Albert Einstein, the smartest man that has ever lived, and he has an IQ of 160. This is bigger. So, seeing this problem, a man called Howard Gardner came up with an idea to how to solve this. It's called the multiple intelligence theory. Basically says you do not have only one intelligence, you have 8. And each of them acts separately to create who you are. For example, Lady Gaga has a bigger musical intelligence, while Albert Einstein's intelligence is more logical mathematical. How she got a higher IQ score, other than how long it took to make it, like Albert Einstein was way back when it was created, and now it's like right now. It's way easier to be a musician than it's to be an astrophysicist. So, we've explained how powerful is our brains, but you might be wondering, how, if we all have this really powerful tool, why are people smarter than me? Well, this music tries to explain it, and I think it's right. Basically, this song is called Search from NF. And it says, the point I'm making is the mind is a powerful place, and what you feed can affect you in a powerful way. What it means is that your brain is constantly feeding on information, and that information is wrong, like fake news. It can lead to several mental diseases like depression, paranoia, and mental blocks. For example, last year there was like this big news that we're gonna have a massive school shooting in every school in Brazil. I think it was April 4th. That was April 20th. And here's the thing, it was fake news, but still, a lot of people in fear of this school shooting didn't come to school and lost, well, school. It's really powerful how this information can affect you. However, if that information is good information, like things you learn in school, it can help you grow a healthier and stronger brain that, well, saves you from those mental diseases. And the only people that can fix this are us. by reading a book with your friend, of your kids if you have them, uh, or just going to school and learning things, even if you're not going to use them in your future, just learning them can stimulate your brain to grow healthier. Lastly, I want to talk about comfort zones. It's a pretty big thing, and you might be thinking, wait, being comfortable is a bad thing? Well, yes. Context. Uh, Remember the whole story about me learning English from, well, videos? I wanted to do my TED about it. But part of me didn't. Part of me wanted to do better. So I was listening to that same music I mentioned before, and then it clicked. Why not make a TED about the struggles I had and about our brain and how it affects us? Well, this man, Augusto Cury, has a solution. It's called the anaerobic exercises. He says our brain is really lazy. Often at times, you're gonna have two ways to do the same thing. And if you usually take one of those paths, your brain will make you always take those paths. But sometimes, to stimulate your brain, it's just better to take the other path. For example, imagine you take a shower, then you have dinner. You can just switch it up and have dinner, then take a shower. Today, I've talked about a lot of things about our brain and how it works. We've busted myths, measured our brain power, talked about how it feeds on information, and even about comfort zones. But a lot of you might be thinking, well, that means I have to constantly fight off my brain to take control and know what I have to do best. But that's wrong. You need to cooperate with your brain to help you grow better. Thank you.